Hello, Inspirational Way here. This is going to be my review of WWE Payback. I've literally just finished watching it today, which I say I watched it today, the whole of pay-per-view. Let's say straight away by saying it was an okay pay-per-view. It was a decent pay-per-view. I've seen worse pay-per-views, but I've seen better pay-per-views. Obviously, as you know, I don't do the pre-show, but let's start with the first match, the match that opened the night. Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens. Now, this was a decent match. Like I said, most of these matches were decent. They wasn't boring, but it wasn't like, oh my god, out of this world amazing matches compared to like NXT with their latest pay-per-view. But it was decent matches to keep me awake and into the pay-per-view. But anyway, Chris Jericho versus United States Champion Kevin Owens. Again, like I said, it's a very decent match, backwards and forwards. Obviously, they had the fingertip on the rope by Kevin Owens, which reference back to WrestleMania. I'm kind of surprised Kevin Owens lost because, from what I know, Chris Jericho's going on tour again, and this was his last pay-per-view, so I'm surprised he lost the belt. But then I suppose because Chris Jericho's been with the company so long, they might have been giving him a last minute gift, goodbye gift until he comes back again. From what I'm aware, on SmackDown, Kevin Owens does win the belt back, but I'm still quite surprised they didn't let him win it at the pay-per-view. Austin Aries versus WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville versus Neville, and Neville won by disqualification. Again, not a very just typical decent match, very backwards and forwards. Nothing really stood out for me. I'm not surprised Neville won by disqualification because he's known to be doing that lately, and I kind of glad he did because I don't think Austin Aries should have been lost on two pay-per-views in a row or lost on his first pay-per-view. Can't remember if this is first or second, but either way, Austin Aries is good enough talent that he shouldn't be losing twice in a row on major shows or pay-per-view. And this will lead obviously to a third match at Extreme Rules, which between them two should be quite a good match because ever since Neville's turned to a bad guy, heel as they call it in the business, he has become one of my favourite wrestlers again. He was when he was in NXT. And then when he went to the main roster, he wasn't, and now he's one of my favourites again because I think he's much better as a heel. And the matches he's been putting on lately have been quite good. But overall, it was an okay match, decent match. Raw Tag Team Champions Hardys versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Again, a shocker with this one. I thought Sheamus and Cesaro would win it because they've been going after the belts for so long now. But then I'm not surprised in the way that Hardy's won it because they've just come back. It's their first pay-per-view defense. They're not going to let them lose belts like that and make them look like nothing. Because Hardy's are one of the best tag teams going. I like the Hardys, I like Sheamus and Cesaro. I like the end at the twist at the end where Sheamus and Cesaro turned bad and insulted the Hardys. I reckon that's the direction they need to go. Like I said, it's surprising they went in that direction because I thought they was going to win the belts and stay good guys, but I think this heel turn from both of them will do them good. I don't think we've ever seen Cesaro as a bad guy, as far as I'm aware. And obviously, again, this will lead to an Extreme Rules match with the Hardys, which between the Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro will be a very good match, I reckon. Alexa Bliss defeats Bayley. Again, another match that was decent, backwards and forwards. I'm not surprised Alexa Bliss won because Bayley's had the belt long enough. She's beat Charlotte, so she's proven she is a worthy champion. And also, I like Alexa Bliss. I think she's a good wrestler. And the way she got brought to Raw and then had a number 1 contenders match and won that straight away, it didn't surprise me in the slightest that she's won the belt this quickly. Do I think Bayley will win it back or be a champion again? 100%. But I'm not surprised Alexa Bliss won. Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. I thought honestly Samoa Joe would win this match because of this his first pay-per-view match, so I didn't think they'd let him lose it, but he did. other than that, it was, like I said, a good backs and forwards match, decent match. And I do think, again, this is another match that's going to lead to Extreme Rules between the two, because at the end of it, Samoa Joe looked absolutely fuming. I don't think he's going to let that go. Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton in a House of Horrors match. What can I say? It was probably the worst match of the night, which is a shame because Randy Orton can put on good matches. He's not one of my favourite wrestlers, but he's a good wrestler. And Bray Wyatt's never been given the opportunity to be pushed, which I've always said he should be. I think the stipulation start with was a stupid match, because it's obvious that it was pre-recorded, the House of Horror match, and then the wrestling, they wrestled for 5 minutes. I didn't like the fact that Jinder Mahal got involved, because again it kind of made Bray Wyatt look weak because he couldn't win by himself, and have a clean win over Randy. So it was a rubbish match. It was a decent match, but it was just rubbish, the stipulation and how it ended. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Am I surprised Braun Strowman won? No. Am I glad he won? Not really, because again, it's probably going to be another match that's going to happen at Extreme Rules, because if you remember correctly, Roman Reigns beaten Braun Strowman once, and Braun Strowman's beaten Roman Reigns once. So this will probably lead to a final match at Extreme Rules. It was a decent match. I will give them that. It was a decent match, but to be honest, I can't stand Braun Strowman. People know what I think of him if you watch my videos. Roman Reigns, I can't stand him. People know what I think of him. They put one hell of a match, but apart from that, I can't stand either of them. So to me, it was a rubbish main event. So like I said, overall, it's a decent pay-per-view, just about. Didn't send me to sleep, but it didn't exactly keep me wide awake and be like, whoa. So next video, if you didn't, will be an Injustice stream session, which will be on Sunday, and that'll probably be it for this week then. Because I'm going to be busy tomorrow, writing some wraps up, continuing to write wraps up. Friday I'm on late, Saturday I'm probably going out, and Sunday I'll be streaming. So yeah, Sunday will be the next day I will be streaming and doing my next video. So hope you enjoy this review, and I will see you later. Inspiration 8 out.